Hello, my name is Tony Litt. I'm the MD of Sunrise Radio, and it's my immense pleasure to bring you the official Sunrise Radio podcast. We are the #1 commercial Asian station in the United Kingdom, with many firsts to our name, and we continue to be the voice of British Asians who have given us their love and loyalty over 30 years. It's a legacy we cherish and a responsibility that we don't take lightly. Our aim has always been to entertain the listeners with the best of Bollywood and Bhangra, while also addressing their concerns. A real voice for the community, a vibrant community, and a great nation. We are proud to be British and Asian. This podcast is a compilation of some of the things we do on the station, with a stellar lineup of presenters who each have their own personality and style. It's entertaining, informative, engaging, and we hope you will enjoy it here as a podcast if you are unable to tune in to the radio. Don't forget to subscribe and tell your family and friends about this podcast, and do leave us a comment on what you think. We'd love to hear from you. All the best always. Team Sunrise.
The UK's biggest station mix. Sunrise Radio.
Hi, this is Kavita. Joining me now is Nina Wadia, OBE. She is one of Britain's most versatile and beloved performers. I mean, audiences know her from Goodness Gracious Me, EastEnders and Strictly Come Dancing, as well as her many film and stage roles. She's recognised with an OBE for her services to entertainment and charity, and she continues to be a powerful voice in British culture. Nina, welcome. How are you doing?
I'm really good, thanks, yeah.
Awesome. But we're not actually here to talk about you being an actress or a performer. We're actually here to talk about health and well-being and this new NHS quiz. So can you tell us about what the NHS Healthy Choices Quiz is?
Yeah, sure. So I think the NHS is really trying to do good by people. I think if you look after yourself, it makes it easier for the NHS to look after you. And it's giving people the opportunity to just adjust their lives a little bit. And I promise you, sometimes starting with a little bit actually makes huge long-term changes for your life. I mean, I found that in the last 10 years. So that's why I wanted to join the campaign and, help them out. The NHS has done a lot for my family over the years, as I'm sure it has for many families in the UK. So it's a way of just giving back, really, and trying to help other people, and people in my family, my friends, to improve their health so that we all get on, kind of in a kind of synergy.
Mm-hmm. And I suppose then if we're looking after ourselves, it, as you said, takes the strain off the NHS. So what exactly is the quiz?
So the quiz is just basic questions by the NHS about your lifestyle, your eating habits, just your general health. And you must be really honest. It's not like anyone sitting out there judging you or checking. So just be really, really honest in the quiz. And then at the end of it, it basically will give you a bit of advice as to how to improve in the areas of weakness. For example, my worst, habit was it's about sleep. It's about not getting enough sleep. I've never been a good sleeper. And that actually does affect other aspects of your life, which I didn't realize to what degree it does. So, I've had to sort of take on advice about perhaps, longer walks maybe, or being able to, have a calm, clear mind, at the end of the night, maybe some mindfulness, and just general lowering level of anxiety and stress, because that actually helps with sleep. So it gives you little bits and pieces that are very, very helpful. And in terms of the more detailed stuff is brilliant. Things like your diet. I'm a big I love cheese and chocolate, worst things possible for a girl to love, but it teaches you how much of it you should kind of eat or what you can cut down on. And it doesn't mean it's not going to be something that magically kind of goes right, you're perfectly healthy in the next month. What it does is it just advises you from the answers that you give as to where you can work on things. And it's never going to say to you, right, no more eating this, that, or the other. It's not that kind of scary. It's just, how about you cut down on that and, maybe engage a bit more with fresh vegetables. That would be a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Everything in balance. I did the quiz as well, and it told me to stop eating so much cheese as well.
Yes,
so there we go.
We're the same.
We're the same. And also, I have the same things with sleep. I've never had a good relationship with sleep. And actually, about 2 years ago, I gave up caffeine And
yes, me too.
There we go. Yeah, it's been like a world of difference. But you don't think about that. Like, how does my morning coffee affect me going to sleep hours and hours later? But it does. And actually, the quiz does have all these tips. And I believe with sleep as well, they'll send you these emails to help you with sleep as well and have lots of tips.
Yes.
Does every section have something like that?
I think it does. I did it quite a while ago. But yes, I think every section gives you at least tips in how to manage whatever you have said that you do, as long as you're honest. And I have to kind of, stress this. Please be honest when you do the quiz. Like I said, no one's judging you, but it will really, really help you long term. And do remember, this is a long-term change. This is not an immediate, I'll do everything in one go. Pick the pieces that you want. But even something as simple, and this I started years ago, something as simple as a walk after any one of your meals is honestly the best thing you can do for your digestive system. And I just think walking is such an easy thing to do. It's free to do, and it works for me.
Now is a really great time as well to do the app, because January's coming and we all set these resolutions for January, don't we? Walking more, get healthy, and it will help set you up, won't it? The app for those areas that you're looking at.
Absolutely. And I don't know if you're anything like me. I like things like little quizzes or, things on apps. I just find tech in that respect actually helps to focus me. It's like in the old days when I used to have a diary and I used to write things down in my diary, like, I did this today or I enjoyed that. There's something about taking that quiz and just saying, okay, you know what? I'm going to really, really use this to just guide me next year. And it's not a pressured app. It's not, you will do this or else. It just is very clever in how it suggests the things that you do to improve your general long-term health.
And it's gentle. It's like a friend advising you rather than scolding you.
Yeah, very much so. I just wish I'd done the voice for it. It would be much more fun.
Exactly. There we go. So if we have any listeners who say have parents or people in their family who don't speak English, can they still take the quiz?
Yes, I think there is a translation kind of app, and and different communities have different kind of languages that they're using. So yes, there is that to help them and guide them.
That's brilliant. Where do people need to go to find the quiz, though? Is it do they download an app or is it online?
I think you can do it both ways. If you just Google NHS Health Quiz, I'm sure it'll come up with all the necessary details,
Brilliant. And don't be scared of it, because my score was 5 out of 10 and my first reaction was, oh no. But then I read through it and I was like, no, this is fine. These are all things that I can work on and we can get through it. And by March, my score will be different.
Exactly. And I promise, even the smallest change, I keep, insisting on this, the smallest change you can make in any one of the categories, because there are different categories you go through, it helps. For me, genuinely, movement is the best thing. Movement and stretching has actually just changed my life. It genuinely has. You just think, oh, it'll take so long. Even 5 minutes here and there, it works. Anything is better than sitting sedentary on the sofa after you've eaten, I can tell you that much.
How long would you say it took you to implement those new habits?
Oh gosh, I've been doing this now for almost 5 years, because I didn't put pressure on anything. I took another quiz a long time ago, and I was like, let me just check my health or my BMI, my weight, whatever. And it said, you are overweight. You've got to do something. But I've never been a dieter. Because I'm such a sporty person. So my way of dieting is actually I go and play some sport. And, so I started playing netball again on a Thursday evening. And I love that. I love when I'm with other, people, especially women, groups of women are very good at encouraging each other. And that was a really lovely thing to have this friendship group where all our aim was to just get healthy. I thought, actually, I just feel better. So I started just walking. And then when we got a dog, oh my goodness, it's not like I have a choice. I have to walk him every day. So, that has genuinely over the whole 5 years, I think I lost literally 1/4 pound a week, which is ridiculous. It's nothing. But you do that over an extended period of time and that weight stays off. And that's the important thing. Everyone goes on these ridiculous fad diets where they're like, I lost 2 stone because I walked for 700 miles or something. Like, well, that's pointless because you're just going to put it all back on. So aim for 1/4 pound a week and do it long term and it'll stay off. It's brilliant.
Those are great tips. And I love your tip about doing it with someone, like having your group of friends, or even if you just do it with one other person, you do the quiz together, then you hold each other accountable
Yes.
You could text each other in the evening. Did you go for your walk?
Yeah, digital food. And like I said, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, something is better than nothing. Start with that, and next thing you know, you'll be walking 20 minutes or a half hour. It's no big deal. But there's so many other exercises, so many fun things you can do if you like things like netball or football or whatever. Team sport is actually a brilliant way of not thinking of it as exercise and just enjoying yourself.
Mm-hmm. And I think the idea of signing up is more scary than when you actually get there. Everyone, I'm sure, is so friendly and welcoming, and will join you in if you're
very friendly. Very friendly. And honestly, just think about the other thing you're doing. You are literally helping out the NHS as well. You genuinely are. You're putting the oxygen mask on yourself before they have to, so that, you can start taking care of yourself properly.
What a lovely analogy. What would be your last thing to say to our listeners to get them quizzing on the NHS Quiz app?
It's a fun thing to do. It is, and it might be a really fun, little challenge to give yourself with your group of friends, to say, all right, let's do it and see if we can beat our score over the next year. Mm-hmm. Whatever score you get, if you get, like you said, 5 out of 10, next year, hope for 6 out of 10. And, but please don't be scared. And everything is done in a gentle way and nobody is judging. It's just you and your app. No one is judging you. Just go and do it.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for joining us today, Nina.
No worries. Nice to talk to you, Kavita.
Catch me, Kavita, on Sunrise Radio every weekday, 12 till 4.